Do Revenge, Netflix's latest teen drama, took me for a spin. What caught my attention first is that it stars Veronica Lodge from Riverdale and Robin from Stranger Things. Now I know what you're thinking. From the looks of this cover, we're about to get some Mean Girls, ex-Gossip Girl, maybe even Pretty Little Liars. And if you're actually thinking that, I'd say you're not that far off, but it's low-key darker. So at first, we're introduced to Drea, your typical teenage drama queen bee.
You want to know how you can tell when you've really reached the top? When someone wants to destroy you.
Sits at the top of the stairs, has little minions, likes to scheme. Wait, isn't that Blair Waldorf? Yeah, she's basically Blair with a twist.
She think we don't know Tara paid for this entire party? I bet she only got on that list because she goes to Rose Hill on scholarship.
So yeah, she's poor and has to pretend she's not so that she can fit in with the cool kids. Also, it just so happens to be her birthday. Now listen, hang in there, I promise this movie gets juicy. Assuming you're no stranger to teenage dramas, you know that the queen bee is always dating the high school golden boy who looks kind of familiar to Ethan from, Max, the school's golden boy.
Hey, Dre. Yeah, I was just putting the finishing touches on my surprise.
Played by Austin Abrams, who by no means do I think is a bad actor. However, him in this role just does not work, and these two characters do not have any chemistry. Also, I just can't seem to get this scene out of my head. The party ends, and somehow Max and Drea end up in a car. Max decides to show a true display of love.
You know, maybe you could send me something to keep me company this summer. A little video.
A little video?
Yeah.
A little video? I bet he likes those ones with the kittens. No. I hope that was as awkward for you as it was for me. Anyways, yeah, she does the thing, use your imagination, and the next day at school, you'll never guess what happens.
I'm sorry, am I being paranoid or is everyone staring at me right now? How could you do this to me?
I didn't do this. I got hacked. I love you.
Now, the funniest thing about all this for me is the sound they used for the punch. I mean, come on, man. This what we doing now? Drea punches Max rightfully and gets sent to the principal's office, who is the only adult in the entire movie, played by Sarah Michelle, who I had to Google because I didn't grow up watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Surprisingly, as far as teenage drama adults go, she's pretty reasonable.
You had just come to me when you saw the video.
So this is my fault?
The video? Of course not. That being said, you did sucker punch Rose Hill's golden boy. So I am putting you on behavioral probation.
She doesn't support what Max did with the video, but she also can't let Drea just go hands-free without some type of punishment for pretty much just embarrassing the school's golden boy. I'm pretty sure this is where we find out about Drea's lifelong mission to get into Yale. Because, you know, what would this movie be without some pretentious college endeavors? It's summer vacation and Drea is going to tennis camp? Wait, isn't she poor?
She doesn't know it yet, but we're about to become besties.
Yeah, and this is where we meet Eleanor, the movie's second main character.
I know that sound, you're bricked. My dad restores classic cars. Do you want to ride, or?
And if the backwards hat knowledge of old cars and whatever this look is here doesn't give it away, Eleanor gives Drea a ride home, and this is where they sort of start to become friends. Eleanor tells the story of how in 7th grade summer camp, she ends up confessing her love to her first crush, who then goes and tells everybody at summer camp that she tried to push her down and kiss her.
It wasn't that she outed me, I don't care. Everybody's fucking gay. She turned me into this predator.
Now, these are important details, trust.
Lee goes to Rose Hill.
Really? Who?
It's Carissa Jones.
Wait, that crunchy granola lesbian?
Crunchy granola lesbian? Yeah, no, that's a new one. They spend the entire car ride bonding over trauma in true Gen Z style. Summer is over and it's senior year. It's go time.
Drea Torres, their fallen queen.
Drea!
Hey! Hey, ladies.
I meant to text you.
I just want to say I hope we can move on and just be civil this year, especially now that Tara and I are dating.
Did he just say dating? Mans is really homie hopping, huh? Sadly for Drea, not only is she on probation and she lost her boyfriend, but she's also lost her friends. Eleanor finds Drea in the bathroom, or the window seal of the bathroom, and finally, things get juicy. They get to scheming and realize they can form the ultimate takedown.
I wish that we could, hire people to take them down.
You're absolutely right. We should team up and do each other's revenge.
Task 1, Drea will dig up dirt on Carissa and make her suffer. Task 2, Eleanor will become a cool kid to find dirt on Max and expose him for being a horrible human being. Enter the makeup montage.
Say with me.
A makeover. You are now and forevermore the coolest, most mysterious student at Rose Hill Country Day.
Where a teenage dirtbag meets preppy British blonde girl. Task 1 begins and is seemingly pretty easy. Drea volunteers her community service at the farm, ran by Carissa, and finds out that the whole farm is actually a front for her business.
Oh My fucking god.
And of course, how else would they expose these goodies if not by turning Carissa's soup at the school's dinner into edibles? Yeah, no, let's just drug the entire school. Instead of, I don't know, maybe just anonymously tipping off the principal on where she could be growing some stuff. Wait, they did that too?
It's called double assurance, sweetie. Look it up.
And so while the students are enjoying themselves, Eleanor manages to steal Max's phone and hack into his messages. Because, you know, she can do that. And again, I'm sorry, I'm just not convinced that this guy is breaking hearts. From those messages, we find out
He's cheating with half the girls at Rose Hill. There are messages here from a girl in every clique.
talking to a girl in every clique is kind of meticulous. But yeah, they expose him to the entire school and they all live happily ever after. I'm kidding. There's more and we're not even at the juiciest part of the movie yet. So Max manages to spin the whole thing on some poly relationship, real progressive stuff here.
Tara and Max are ethically non-monogamous. They're poly.
Honestly, y'all, it's kind of whack to bind yourself to like some old school ideas of what we think relationships should look like.
At this point, Carissa is out of the picture, but Max just keeps getting away. And he's sort of becoming friends with Eleanor at the same time, because, you know, she's a cool cat now. Meanwhile, Drea is still the outcast. She uses her spidey senses and starts to wonder if maybe Eleanor is getting a little too comfortable with her old friends. They have a little ruffle and tuffle outside of what is Eleanor's birthday party.
I'm worried about Eleanor. Those people do not care about you. They're not your friends.
Oh, is that what this is about? You're jealous I'm with your old friends.
And break up, I think, which leads Drea to go visit the girl that she just put into rich people jail, which is really just like a country club or something.
She's been ignoring me all year. I almost didn't recognize her.
And Carissa finally spills the beans.
Back when she went by Nora.
Nora?
She had the nose job and the name change.
Told me that you started some fucked up rumor about her that she kissed you and that you literally destroyed her life.
Drea, you were the one who started that rumor.
You mean to tell me that Drea's memory is so bad that she didn't recognize Nora or Eleanor because of a nose job? And the whole movie has just been Eleanor's master plan to do revenge on Drea.
Listen, was all this a little crazy? Sure, but I'm a teenage girl. We're psychopaths.
Yeah, she's definitely a Pisces. Drea, didn't your mom ever teach you not to trust people with cold-blooded reptiles as pets? From here on out, the movie gets weird. Weirder? Darker. I'm talking like baseline horror movie. Drea comes home to Eleanor chefing up some French toast, served with freshly squeezed threats to, frame Drea's mom if she doesn't comply with everything Eleanor says. Basically, she just wants Drea to expose her old friend group so that she can finally take down the cool kids clique. And that's when she hits Drea with a car.
What?
You know, so this way it's easier for her to get back in with her old buddies and dig up that dirt. How did we get here? What ends up happening is Drea and Eleanor go to this senior end-of-year party. They have another ruffle and tussle, and come to the conclusion that they should stop acting like petty 5-year-olds, forgive each other, go back to being best friends, and live happily ever after.
How many times I ever felt happy this year, or when I was with you?
Just kidding, because Max comes out of the bushes and tells on himself?
Wow. What a heartwarming display of female friendship. I know all your secrets now, so I'm gonna use all the resources at my discretion to absolutely annihilate the both of you.
Thank God Carissa was wearing a camera thingy and got the whole thing on record. That way she could play it for the whole party and finally take Max down.
Aww.
What are you doing, you stupid bitch?
Ooh, I'm just enjoying the show.
Yep, we got him. Police, it's him. Then the movie ends and Drea and Eleanor go back to being psycho besties, which you can tell is honestly meant to be because the chemistry between these characters is undeniable. Unless, of course, you know, Netflix decides to capitalize off the success of this movie and make a sequel. But for that, we'll just have to wait. Now, is this just another cringy high school drama? Yes, but one that I really enjoyed, which just goes to show you shouldn't judge a movie by its cover on Netflix. You should only judge it by the people in the wardrobe department.